Hey, welcome back to week 3 of DDL. I'm Wicket, coach of the Golden State Warriors, and this week I'm playing against Superpyris, coach of... We don't really have a team name, so coach of themselves, coach of Superpyris, why not? This week I'm trying something a little more casual with my introduction, something a little less scripted, a bit more natural. Let me know what you think of it. I'm willing to experiment with the format of these videos, especially at the beginning, especially now. I still don't know what I'm comfortable with and don't know what I want to make, so I'm very happy to receive feedback from you guys, and yeah, based off that I'll do what people like, why not? So yeah, let's get into the breakdown. Superpyris has a pretty friendly Sun team, and the Sunsetter of choice on this team, Torkoal. Torkoal's a Sunsetter with the drought ability of course, but brings annoying support with Yawn, Will-O-Wisp, Stealth Rocks, and even Rapid Spin, which is crazy. It has a 140 defense stat, so despite its stats not being incredible, that defense stat in particular makes it very difficult to break on the physical side, especially when combined with Will-O-Wisp. So Torkoal can definitely stick around to get Sun up multiple times, and just in general be a very annoying enabler of a lot of offense. The offense that would abuse his Sun is mainly Walking Wake, Slitherwing, and the first Terra Captain, Hisuian Typhlosion. Walking Wake and Slitherwing, of course, having the Protosynthesis ability, being able to get a boost in any of their stats, but usually speed or an attacking stat. And Hisuian Typhlosion is just a fire type with already strong fire moves, so boosting them even further in Sun makes it very difficult to switch into. Screamtail is also a mon on this team that enjoys the Sun, usually getting boost to speed because it's a supportive mon and uses the natural high speed to get off the supportive moves quicker. Usually these moves are either screens, stealth rocks, or just some sort of annoying status such as Thunderwave, Trick, Encore. It gets a lot. It's very annoying. It's a very good supporting mon, especially when backed by Sun. Outside of Sun, the main offensive threat is Mega DIANCIE, which is very funny considering my team has a normal DIANCIE, a baby DIANCIE, why not? Mega DIANCIE has a high base speed of 110, which is very respectable, especially as a Mega Mon, and it has 160 in both attacks. 160! That's so much! It also has the move pool to complement this, so every week it can be either special or physical. Usually special just so it can click Moonblast, but it gets Play Rough, it can be physical, very difficult to prepare for because of that. It also has a pretty good and deep move pool apart from just attacks. It gets Stealth Rocks and Spikes, just like, yeah, my DIANCIE does. But setup threats such as Rock Polish and Carmine, it can stay in normal form, turn 1, use the higher defenses baby DIANCIE has, click a boosting move, turn 2, Mega, and use all those stat boosts immediately on the Mega form. So yeah, that's going to be very difficult to deal with. On the physical side, Metagross is also a big scary mon this team has. That's a very strong physical attack, very good natural bulk and defensive typing, and a deep move pool with another Stealth Rocker, priorities such as Bullet Punch, and just general wide coverage. It also gets setup options such as Iron Defense for body press sets and agility for usually weakness policy sets. Thunderous variants also very scary. This team has 145 special attack, nothing to scoff at. I've used this mon before, it's crazy. Thunderous also has a base 101 speed, making it very good at holding both Specs and Scarf, but it doesn't even need to do that. It can hold Boots and just negate its Stealth Rock weakness and just stick around forever, clicking U-turn, clicking Volt Switch, even getting Defogs off if it wants, and just always being alive and causing chaos. Very difficult one to prepare for. Rounding off the team is more of a supportive cast, but even then the supportive cast should not be slept on. The second and last Terra Captain this team has is Arbeliever. It's a very respectable special attack and special defense, so it's already a problem to deal with. But on top of that, Strength Up makes it very difficult to break on the physical side, and its two abilities, Seed Sower and Harvest, also let it stick around for longer. On top of that, Synthesis, Leech Seed, Leftovers or something if it wants. This one can stick around forever. If you don't bring a solution for Arbeliever, it will just stay there and will just always output just offense. Overquill's another one of these supportive mons with allowing this team a strong hazard stacking option. It gets spikes, it gets toxic spikes. Intimidate makes it even better at getting up these hazards. But if you ignore this mon, if you're like, oh, it's just going to set up a spike, boom, 115 attack stat. Why does it have that? It also gets Sword Stance and Agility to like set up and just try break through your team, sweep your team. It can be spooky. It also technically gets Swift Swim. I'm really not expecting Swift Swim this week considering it's a Sun team, but hey, it's draft, anything can happen. And the final one of this team, Cryogonal. It's the team's only rapid spinner. It has a very high special defense stat of 135, so it can usually get that spin off. Doing research for this video, I also found out it got Defog. I just didn't know it got Defog. It usually uses spin, of course. I'm expecting spin this week. I don't have a ghost type. But it gets Defog. I guess it could Defog Blizzard. Superpyris, if you ever bring that. Credit me. Apart from hazard control, Cryogonal also gets screens. It gets knockoff. Don't ask me how it knocks off. It doesn't have hands, but it gets it. And it also gets freeze dry, which can be a very difficult move to switch into. So, to beat all of that, this is what I'm bringing. First one up, Banded Scizor. Banded Bullet Punch looks very strong this week, especially into the fast fairy types of Mega DIANCIE and Screamtail. But also in general, Priority looks strong this week. This team has a lot of potential Scarfers, it has a lot of potential Photosynthesis speed boosting mons, so Priority looks very strong to consistently deal damage to these mons. Knockoff is there to just be annoying disruption, but also help specifically against Metagross, and U-turns for general pivoting. Pursuit was put there initially for Metagross, since Metagross can't really touch Scizor, so I'm expecting it to switch and like to Pursuit trap it, but it's also just there for anything else that's been chafed in my fear of Bullet Punch. Garchomp this week is coming very defensive for Slitherwing, Metagross, and typing wise helps a lot into Thundurus. The Rocky Helmet is there to maximize chip, especially on like the Thundurus U-turn and any physical attacks in general this week. My moveset, as you might notice, is also special attacking. This helps me avoid Will-O-Wisp halving my attacking stat. It helps me hit Torkoal on the lower defense stat of it. It has a lower special defense and physical defense. Helps versus Arboliva, ignores Strength Sap, ignores Seed Sower, which would affect Earthquake, but it doesn't affect Earth Power. And just generally hope to catch some mons off guard. In practice games, this mon did a lot of damage and just caught people off guard, so I'm hoping to repeat that in the actual game. Flamethrower lets me also just abuse the Sunrat if it gets set up and just use it myself. And yeah, this is my dedicated lead. I have Stealth Rock for that reason. It matches up well into basically every single mon on my opponent's team, apart from Mega DIANCIE, so let's just hope that doesn't lead. Next one up, Primarina. As long as Primarina is alive, it can just wall Walking Wake forever. Typing wise, it matches up perfectly into Walking Wake. In general, this one is incredibly specially defensive, so it walls Walking Wake, it can wall Special DIANCIE, as I mentioned earlier. Mega DIANCIE especially can be either physical or special, so I'd have to scout for that first, but it can wall a special variant of DIANCIE. And yeah, that's the main objective of this mon. Psychic Noise is there to help me stop Arboliva from healing, maybe catch it on a switch, maybe catch it after a Terror, or just as a Dying Wish, stop it from healing. And Boots is to help me against Hazard Stack, as I mentioned. DIANCIE gets Hazard, Overquill gets Hazard, so Hazard Stack is a real option to me, and Boots is there to help me keep Primarina alive. DIANCIE is also coming this week, and I have built my normal DIANCIE to deal with my opponent's Mega DIANCIE. As I mentioned, DIANCIE can be physical or special, and that makes Primarina not very good at dealing with it, because if I lose the 50-50, I lose my Primarina. However, I've EV'd my DIANCIE to just maximize as many hits as possible from both the physical and special end, and I have an advantage Mega DIANCIE doesn't have. I can Terror my mon. I can Terror out of my quad weakness for Steel into just Mono Fairy. I chose that because I think it has looked the best this week. And I can hit Mega DIANCIE with Flash Cannon, whereas they can hit me with it and it's just not doing as much damage. I also have Spikes to Hazard Stack my opponent. I think they're very susceptible to hazards. Rapid Spinning on Cryogonal isn't very consistent, and other than that, they don't have a huge amount of defoggers, so I think Hazard Stack will be very nice. I guess they have Magic Bounce, but like, yeah, I think Hazard Stack looks strong this week. And yeah, Boots is for dealing my opponent's Hazard Stack. Megalopi's coming again to just do what it always does, be fast and be strong. Fake Out in this week helps me stall out Sun turns. Obviously if I flinch, they can't attack and another turn of Sun potentially passes, so that's very nice. And in general, like as I mentioned, Priority looks strong this week. It's very nice, it's very strong, especially from a Lopunny. And it's just meant to be either a cleanup artist or just a mid-game breaker. And my expected win con this week is Circuitry. It outspeeds everything with Choice Scarf that's not boosted, and it's not Photosynthesis boosted or not holding its own Choice Scarf. But Circuitry needs Thunderous gone. As you might have noticed, my opponent's team has no ground types. The Typhlosion can Terra ground, but I'm not expecting that to come, really. And in general, so yeah, they have no ground types. However, Thunderous has Volt Absorb, which is very problematic for Circuitry. So I need that mon dead, which is why I'm bringing Rocks, which is why my Garchomp is coming, especially to punish U-turns. I think they might get greedy with those. And Thunderous in general looks problematic for like my Primarina as well. So I need that mon gone. If it doesn't come, I'm so happy. And yeah, General Electric, Circuitry is my win con for that week. If not, if it does come, Dazzling Gleam at 50, like if Thunderous is chipped, Dazzling Gleam is still doing damage. So yeah, oh yeah, that's my team for this week, and let's see how the game goes. Hey there, welcome to the game. You might notice something's a little different this time around. I'm not doing live commentary, I'm not in the actual game. The game has already happened, currently in front of you, and in front of me is the VOD of the game that was played a few days ago. And today I'm deciding to do post-comms, so that talking over the top of the game instead of talking during the game live. Why? I'm just messing around, why not? I'm happy to hear what you guys have to say about this sort of format. I myself am curious about how this will end up looking. Maybe I prefer it, maybe you guys prefer live, we'll see. But yeah, please let me know what you think of this and give me all feedback. So let's get into the game. To lay the scene. I was preparing a lot for the Sun matchup. As I mentioned, Torkoal is on this team. There's a lot of Protomons, there's some fire types that can abuse the Sun. If you look on your screen, you will see no Torkoal. Sun did not come. At least Torkoal Sun. Maybe one of these guys has manual Sunny Day or something. But I'm gonna assume that Sun has not come into this matchup, which both means, one, I'm a little caught off guard because in that case, what has come, and two, I'm a bit relieved because it means especially Walking Wake is a lot more manageable. I have Primarina anyways, but like these mons not getting Photosynthesis boosts is pretty big. But yeah, in fact, but instead Superpyris has brought something different, so it's up to me during this game to figure it out. I was planning on leading Garchomp because I have Rock. Special set is very surprising, especially to this team. The one thing I don't want to see is Mega DIANCIE. And yet here we are, Mega DIANCIE. As I mentioned, Mega DIANCIE is very difficult to swap into my team, but I have built my own DIANCIE for this, so I think I just go hard into that. I just start double checking calcs. I hope they just don't click Flash Cannon hard, and they haven't. They've clicked Protect. Very interesting click. I guess to scout Scarf or Roselli Berry, Garchomp just staying in and clicking Ironhead. But currently, yeah. Wait, I'm going to pause this. I'm not planning on pausing many times, but I think this is actually worth it. So, they've seen my own DIANCIE come in. They know I can Terra. Obviously, they themselves have a DIANCIE, so hopefully they know the moveset. So they should know this thing gets both Gyro Ball and Flash Cannon, which will both of these will kill Mega DIANCIE. So I have a decision in front of me to just click Moonblast on something on a switch. It's probably just my strongest move. Metagross still needs for chip for Scizor to actually one-hit KO it with knockoff or pursuit. So even if Metagross switch is pretty obvious, Terra Fairy Moonblast just I still need for chip damage, so it's not a bad decision. Flash Cannon obviously hits the thing in front of me. And Spikes would yeah, get some hazards up. But I am also on the side, you can't see it, but I am calking. I'm not expecting, but I am preparing for the Mega DIANCIE to stay in. I'm double checking my calcs right now. I'm seeing that Flash Cannon does like 20-30 damage to me. I see that it's not real damage. So in this situation, just to lay the scene, I'm expecting a switch, but I have fully, absolutely mentally prepared for the fact that Mega DIANCIE will stay in. But I am expecting a switch. So let's see what happens, why don't we? You see me thinking. I've clicked the Terra button immediately just to get rid of my quad steel weakness and just to make stuff like Moonblast more powerful. Terra Fairy and General, and I click Spikes. And I clicked Spikes, Earth Power. Mega DIANCIE stayed in. I'm not sure if you see, the Spike is on my side of the field. I forgot what fucking Magic Bounce does. I might be the worst player ever. I fully expected, not expected again, but I like prepared for Mega DIANCIE to stay in. And I clicked Spike, completely forgetting what Magic Bounce does. So instead of killing Mega DIANCIE that turn, I set up hazards on my own side of the field and took damage. I might be the worst Draft League player of all time. And then they just go and protect my flash cannon. They scouted it. It's all going wrong. It's turn 3 and it's turn 4 even, and I'm just boomed. But it's time to get back into the game. At this point, they know that I have flash cannon, so I just click Moonblast again. Strongest button, chips Metagross. Metagross didn't come in though. Screamtail came in. I could click Spikes here. I did consider clicking Spikes here, but the Mega DIANCIE has already like boomed me so much that I'm too scared to click Spikes, just in case more hazards come up on my side. So I think I just end up clicking Moonblast. I just keep on attacking what's in front of me. This game could be going better. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm also a little intrigued of what this Screamtail can do. I'm currently calcing. I'm currently just checking. I think if it gets Steel moves. I'm just kind of curious of why this was the switch in and not Metagross. But they'll reveal soon why. But yeah, right now you just see me calcing. You see me absolutely molding about Mega DIANCIE staying in and getting the spikes up. There's no excuse for what I did. I'm just bad. But yeah, you see me just click Moonblast. But they encored me into the Moonblast anyways. So I know something devious is about to occur. They just did... the first one did 32. That one did like, I think... Oh, I can't see the number. I've cut it off in my recording. But they did like also 30 something. I just go Scissor. Hoping they don't click Flamethrower and click Light Screen. Like suddenly know, yeah, this is probably Light Clay with both screens. Probably can't fit Flamethrower on that set. So I'm safe to go for a little bit of read to get back into the game here. I click Pursuit. Obviously, they know Screamtail's faster than this. They know Bullet Punch is priority and will kill this Screamtail. And I know Screamtail can later come back into the game because it's just so fast and get the screens up. But I expected that, clicked Pursuit. Pursuit trapped for Screamtail, and it's gone. We're back in the game. That's actually really good for me because it means, yeah, screens cannot come up. Reflect isn't coming up ever. Light Screen will eventually go away. And that immediately, it's so Jova to we're so back so quickly. That spike, not excusable, never going to be excusable, but it's a little less impactful now that I got rid of a guy. The bug comes in, I just go into my max HP, max physical defense Garchomp, just to kind of scout what the bug wants to do. If it U-turns, it takes like 30% damage for just clicking a button. If it's going to set up, Garchomp should be able to take some hits anyways. But you see them thinking. Garchomp comes in, CC comes out. That's a strong ass bug. Why that bug doing like fucking 60 to me? I'm max. But yeah, in return, I got like 30% damage on the Sliverwing, which is pretty respectable. Again, I consider staying in here. I consider clicking Stealth Rock, but 1, Mega DIANCIE has terrified me. 2, I know I'm minimum speed, so Sliverwing probably outspeeds me. And 3, even if I do outspeed, Light Screen is up. So I'm not even guaranteed to kill, I don't think, because I'm not really invested. So I just go into my Fighting Resist. I've calced that this is banded damage. And I just, again, the Metagross switch is simple and pretty predictable, but I need chip damage on it anyways. 15, respectable. Actually, incredibly respectable. As you're about to see, this chip becomes very important. I have an empty box underneath me, so I might just put like random bits of information there. I might put, I don't know, certain calcs there if they turn out to be important, but screens are up. And this Metagross has just clicked Agility. I know what you are. You are Weakness Policy. And now I just need to pray that knockoff kills. It does. It was Weakness Policy. Thank you, Lord Scizor. Adamant Banded Scizor hits like a drug. It's crazy. But if that didn't kill, so if Reflect did end up going up, it would have been a difficult game state to play, and it would have got pretty shiesty. But we're not in about reality. Caesar's Jesus. So that happened. And Slytherin comes back, threatens me with probably CC. I know I'm in, again, minimum speed Caesar. I'm not even convinced. I don't think first impression would kill, but yeah, I know I'm minimum speed. I guess they're hoping I'm minimum speed. Actually, I don't even know Slytherin's base speed stat. Maybe he outspeeds me anyways. In chat, people are just discussing how bulky the Metagross was. I might put it on the screen. Actually, after this, we're also going to look at the Pokebase, so we'll be able to confirm how bulky it was. But for now, yeah, you just see me go back into Garchomp again. Garchomp, my beloved 18-pointer, the most expensive one on my team, my cheerleader, my leader, is about to be just sacrificed to a simple bug. Yeah. My glorious King Garchomp was sacrificed to do 60% to a bug in recoil damage. Good use of that mon. One week I'll bring it aggressive. One week I'll show what that Garchomp can do. But this week was not the week, it turns out. And now I think I'm just looking at various calcs. I'm considering the main things. I'm considering a Xurkitree to start like beast boosts going, but I'm scared to do that because without Sun, I'm convinced Walking Wake is Scarf. Because usually it would be Choice Specs, but Proto Speed. But because there is no Sun, I am expecting it to be Choice Scarfed, so it would outspeed Xurkitree, and that'd be a pretty risky play. And the Beast Boost kind of just doesn't do much. Thundurus is still at full HP and not at all chipped, so I can't even click T-Bolt or anything. So yeah, just make the safer play and go into Lopunny. Get the Mega online. Stardust throwing out damage. I think right now I was actually calcing if the damage I saw earlier could have been Adamant Scarf, or if it had to be Jolly Band. But if it was Adamant Scarf, I've just killed my own Lopunny. But yeah, you can see me scrolling up the damage. But I'm pretty sure I end up calcing that it is Jolly Band damage, and Lopunny should be able to kill here. Thankfully, actually, if this was Adamant Scarf, I guess I would have... Well, first of all, I should have calced that before I sent out Lopunny. Fake Out probably does well in that situation, but yeah, it wasn't Adamant. It wasn't Adamant. It was Band. So they swap out. DIANCIE comes in and takes 30% from a 100 base power resisted move. So now I click the 120 base power neutral move, which does pick it off. I think the calc ended up being around 80% in my favor, so a tiny bit of luck involved, but you know what? Remember, in this household we gamble. Always gamble. You will win. And now this asshole has hit the field. This kind of basically confirms to me that it is Scarf. Photosynthesis hasn't come off, and it's come out in front of Lopunny. I got into Primarina. I have a lead here, so I don't want to do any crazy like reads yet. I could have... the flip turn was obvious, but yeah, I don't want to go make any crazy plays quite here yet and, you know, lose my advantage. And I still have enough mons to kind of sack what's going on and just scout kind of the game state. Thundurus is a pretty obvious switch in here. Big scary electric staring at my humble water type. The boots I put on Diancie and Primarina actually coming in clutch because of my own spike that I set up on my own side of the field. But yeah, Knockoff comes out. Xurkitree was kind of my best switch into this. I kind of want to scout, you know, what kind of set it is, I don't know yet. But Knockoff kind of confirms that Xurkitree will not be winning this game. It would have been difficult anyways with First Impression still alive and with Scarf Wake still alive. But yeah, after the Knockoff, it's basically confirmed. That Dazzling Gleam did nothing. 26% off a Xurkitree. I start calculating this and it ends up having to be Assault Vest. There's no way it took that little damage if it wasn't Assault Vest. On top of that, I'm pretty sure it was HP or Spadef invested, or both. That shit took nothing. I'm a Xurkitree, and it took so little. So I have sadly basically sent Xurkitree to its death here, and Xurkitree in return is going to do like 50% chip to this. There it is. just clicking knockoff, maybe expecting some sort of switch, trying to cover a switch. Another knockoff wouldn't be guaranteed to kill me here, so maybe I get a little more chip on this, but... and I also could be trying to bluff Scarf, or like an item of some sort, like a choice item, but I already know from the calc that it's AV. There's no way it's a choice item, so yeah, they prove out there with clicking discharge. You see me considering, but mega opening is the obvious switching. There are actually no switch-ins to return right now. Or CC even. I think this would just die to a CC at this HP. And because I've confirmed this is AV, I know it can't be Scarf, and I know it can't be boosting its speed in any way to outspeed Lopunny. So return is a very safe click here. Sliverwing gets sacked. That's very nice for me actually. First impression being off the table makes Lopunny's life a lot easier, as well as it just makes all of my monsters' life a lot easier. And now you see me going to DIANCIE instead of Primarina, because I expect flip turn again. But we did not click flip turn. A flip turn I felt was would have been the safer play for them, or not even safer, just a more obvious play, because Primarina is a pretty obvious switch in. They flip turn, they have Thunderous in front of Primarina. Eventually, that's kind of what they need to have a wink on here, but they don't do that. I just click Diamond Storm here, covering a Thunderous switch in again, because I could swap into Primarina. I know it takes like 2% damage. I've already confirmed that it's boots, so I know I take no extra chip for switching in. But we just wait here to see what we do. They're big thinking, they just end up killing DIANCIE. Maybe I could have played that a little bit different. I could have gone Primarina on that switch, but I'm just playing safe. I'm in no position to go for some crazy, you know, preserving differential plays. And now I click flip turn again, because I expect Thunderous to eventually come in on this thing. I am taking 14%. I just refuse to believe this thing is ever breaking me. But they didn't do that. They didn't go into Thunderous, so I just go get the slow flip turn out and get to send in something for free. And it's going to be Lopunny, so I can fake out and start actually making progress here. I end up winning this. I do win this interaction because I can keep going back into Primarina and just repeating that over and over again. But if we go into Thunderous, crit mattered for the immediate kill, but I still outsped anyways, so it didn't actually matter. And I just end the game here with Primarina again. This thing was just never breaking me. Sorry for skipping a turn during the game a few times. It's just a bad habit. I'm sure if you play Showdown yourself, or Rambat specifically, you're just there clicking skip to the end of turn. But yeah, it's just a bad habit of mine. I'll try to stop that. So, how did the game go? 3-0 to me. Game plan went pretty alright. Garchomp, you know, got sacrificed basically. The spike on my own side of the field was not part of the game plan actually. Rather, Xurkitree, another week where it's not quite moving the masses like I wanted it to, but it did its job. It was part of the win con. It was part of me winning. You see me just typing in chat. And yeah, I will return in a second with the Pokepastes and the post-game analysis. Alright, welcome back. We're here with the post-game analysis. This is the Pokepaste of a team that got brought into me. And yeah, let's see what we can find out. The Screamtail was in fact Light Clay. It was in fact Reflect, so I'm very happy to have got that Pursuit on it. Otherwise, Metagross would have been a very big problem. It had Encore, as I know, and D-Gleam as its only attacking move. So yeah, it would have been very difficult for it to actually fit Flamethrower in the set for Scissor, which was something I was scared of. Does it even get Flamethrower? A fire move. It gets Fire Punch at least, I know that. Maybe, probably Flamethrower. Thunderous was, in fact, AV and Max Death and HP invested. So, in that endgame, if I ever did mess up and I sacked something incorrectly or they got some good reads on me, I don't think Thunderous would have killed Primarina from, like, where it was, which was pretty healthy, close to max health. I don't think Discharge with 0, like, special attack investment ever kills Primarina. And from, like, pretty high health, so that would have been a good thing to know in the moment. It did have Flash Cannon, so even if I got, like, the Thunderous read right, the flip turn right, read right with DIANCIE, Actually, Flash Cannon might have still not killed a DIANCIE because I'm very invested, and again, they have no special attack investment. Interesting calc. Maybe I'll put it on the screen. The DIANCIE, yeah. Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Earth Power, Protect. Max Defense, which is why Velocity Return in CC did not... It did a lot of damage, obviously, it killed it, but it did a lot less damage than I was expecting in the moment. So this was a roll, I think again 80-ish. I probably put it up in the game, hopefully. The Wake was Scarf as I expected, or as I predicted even. Little invested. Flamethrower, Draco, flipped and Scald. Scald's an interesting bring, because you kind of sacrifice the damage of even something as Surf, but especially Hydro. For just a burn chance, which obviously when the Scald was away, so I ain't here to judge. Metagross, yeah, it was Agility, Weakness Policy, EQ, Ironhead, Thunder Punch. How fucked would have I been if I triggered for Weakness Policy? So with Agility and this speed, I'm guessing it's like faster than my entire team. Jolly. Only a bit defense invested. But Thunder Punch, Ironhead, Earthquake. I die to Earthquake, dice to Ironhead. Probably eats a hit from full, but had I taken Chip by then? I had taken Chip. This was on like 30. I keep skipping the wrong turn. Yeah, so this definitely would have died. Dies to a light breeze. Thunder Punch blows this away, and this was already chipped from the first Earthquake. From this one. So if this triggered the Weakness Policy instead of killing, I think I just lost on the spot. Maybe I had a chance with cycling Fake Out damage and Bullet Punch. But it definitely would have got much more difficult and much more shiced. So, thank you, Sizzle, for getting that kill. Greatly appreciated. Magic Bounce. I hope we all learned a valuable lesson today. What Magic Bounce does. I for one know I learned a lesson, and I'm never going to forget that Mega DIANCIE gets Magic Bounce. And Slipwing, yeah, it was Jolly Band, as I figured out during the game. First impression, Wild Charge makes sense. Obviously, yeah, this was my set. Hey, I'm glad the boots got used. They didn't bring hazards of their own, but here we are. The boots ended up being useful. Yeah. Sadly, Garchomp didn't get the Shamoning like it did in almost all of my practice games, but lead Mega DIANCIE would do that. What else do I have to say about my team? Not much. Actually, I do have something to bring up. Here it is. Here it is. We have a kill leaderboard now. Oh my goodness. I'm so pale. This is blinding me. Holy shit. Can I put this in dark mode or something? Hey, I guess we're stuck like this for now. The ghost of Wicked Past is going to be a bit talking to you. So yeah, we have a kill leader now. Keldeo's Crossmoon's Keldeo is just going crazy Brizingo. Jester's and Alliape doing very well as well. This is sorted by differential rather than kills, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because 6-5, but differential is better here. And then, look at that. Yours truly in third place. And then yours truly in 5th place. So we got 2 guys in top 5. Not bad. 1 guy in top 3. We're going to push for number 1. That's going to be difficult with this Keldeo, but we're going to push for number 1. Who else has 2 in the top, like, 10? Redux has 2, and Chex has 2. Respectable. But yeah, I'm not going to throw all of my games in attempt to get Megalopony and Scizor all of the kills. So if I start losing from this moment on, you know why now. But in general, shoutouts to Tio, shoutouts to Brandon for send this up. Brain, Zyronex. I might start linking the doc or like something maybe in the videos. I'll see. How are the rest of my mons doing? Control F, wicked. So yeah, there are my top 2. Who's number 3? Primarina. Primarina, yeah, also has come 3 times, like my top 2. They're good mons. Primarina, Scizor, Megalopony. If you're in your draft league of your own and you're wanting to look for some good mons, I recommend these guys. How are the rest of my team doing? Ogapon traded. 0 differential traded 1-for-1 with something. Same with Jirachi. Drapion and Doxbun. Your times will come. Believe me, stick out. Tough time never lasts. They will come eventually. I'll just figure out when. Who else is down here? We're on Fraud Watch now. Moltres, -1. Disappointing stuff. Got knocked off by a Kartana. Died instantly. Nah, I jest. Moltres will come eventually. It will do well. Its time will come, I believe. Circuitry. This is a sad number, because I had so much hope in Circuitry. I had so much confidence. I drafted so many pieces kind of around it. I drafted so much pivoting and like switching for the Circuitry. And it's out here at -1. Honestly. What was I going to say? But this kind of doesn't tell the full story. What's this tab again? Deaths, yeah. This doesn't kind of tell the full story of it because it has... it has done a lot of damage. It basically killed a Rotom in check versus checks. It basically confirmed the kill on the Thundurus during this for Lopunny, but it didn't get the kills itself, so it's down here. And where's the rest of my team? Garchomp, my almighty 18-pointer, the most expensive guy on my team, currently being sacrificed to a... What did he get sacrificed to? To a Slitherwing and sacrificed to a Landorus. I'll bring offensive Garchomp 1 week. I'll pad these numbers, don't worry about it. And DIANCIE also being pretty consistent defensively for me. I feel like I've been able to fall back on it. But it got parried week 1, which was unfortunate. And to be fair, I should have gone hard into it anyways, but that's for another time. And then this week, it set up spikes on the own side of my field. So maybe I shouldn't be hyping it up. Maybe it belongs down here. But yeah, that's the kill leaderboard. So I'll probably start looking at this at the end of every week as well and check out how we're doing. I might also start doing watch-togethers of the other games in the league. Obviously, I think I'm the only one that's actually going to be making content for this league. So it'll be nice for if anyone's interested to know what else is happening, see why this Keldeo is at 9 kills and 0 deaths. So I might start dropping, yeah, weekly live streams, just watching through all the games and recapping them. So yeah, that'll be nice. But yeah, GG's to Superpyris. And thank you everyone for watching. I did a few different things this week, obviously, with my introduction and with the actual game. So please let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any suggestions, any ideas, any feedback. Thank you for watching the video to the end, and see you next week.